How you doing, guys? Big Mek Danskull here today, back with another video for you. Today I want to talk to you about the week I've had and last week's events at the Warhammer World 25th anniversary. Stay tuned.
Big Mek Danskull rides again. Roar!
What have I been up to this week? Well, I've been off all week. Well, from Tuesday at least anyway. After last weekend, one of the group I was with at Warhammer World came back positive for COVID, so I did a test on Monday night after work and I felt fine, and did a test, came back positive. So I've been off for the other 4 days of the week. I have used my time reasonably productively though, and I've been working on a kitbash conversion that I kind of thought I wouldn't do anytime soon, but you'll get to see that later on in the video. Also this week I've had a miniature featured on Warhammer TV's Twitch stream on Friday, the hobby roundup. It's a miniature that I gave to Savage Orc guy on Instagram, Luigi Mario. No, Louise Sugden, who works for Warhammer TV. I gave it to her last weekend when I met her. So yeah, all you have to do to get your miniatures on Warhammer TV is just bribe the hosts by giving you the miniature that you've given them the miniature you've painted. I think simple as that. Yeah. So I'll keep doing that. Yeah, it's been a you know, an okay week. I'm not too bad with the symptoms or anything like that. Yeah, I've had a couple of days where I've been struggling for breath and stuff, but I've mostly been able to move around my house and whatnot, and without too much bother. And as you can hear now, I'm not struggling to breathe or anything right now. It just sometimes feels like my airways narrow a little bit. But yeah, that's the last I'll say of that, and we'll continue with talking about the Warhammer World event. So this Warhammer World 25th anniversary was a fantastic fun event. There was a group of, I think, about 10 of us in Nottingham, maybe 11 of us in total in Nottingham, and 10 of us went to the Warhammer World 25th anniversary event, and it was a load of fun. It was lovely to see all my mates again. It's basically everyone from Orky's Discord. Not everyone from Orky's Discord, she's got like 500 plus people in the Discord, but it was Orky and the mods and some other friends and whatnot. All got tickets to this event together, and we had a lovely day of it. So there was loads of stuff to do at the 25th anniversary. Leach was saying, that's one of the mods, one of the guys that was there, saying that it reminded him of Games Day. Now, I never went to a Games Day, but there was all sorts of like mini games on and events that you could take part in as groups. So they were playing, I think, starter games of the various games that they have. But for us, they played, we played a group of 6 of us played a chariot racing game where we had to simply race around this board with these Stormcast Eternal chariots. We each started with 12 wounds, and then if one of your miniatures fell off, you lose a wound. They were just making up rules on the fly. It was fun. So we played a bit of that game. There was a Mega Gargant football game that you could play where they were kicking a squig around a football pitch. It was 3 aside, I think. 3 Mega Gargants aside, and you could attack each other or you could try and score a goal. And then there was a game called Squigalanche, which I don't know what the purpose of it was, but it seemed like it was going to be pretty exciting. It was a cityscape and loads of squigs running around. I think it was like a doomsday scenario, maybe where they seem to have a totals board with numbers in like the 50s on and stuff. So I think it's kill as many squigs as possible, that kind of game. There was also like a couple of building areas. You could build your first Marine or Stormcast, or you could take part in a scrap heap challenge style event, a mountain of sprues. I think it was called Sprue Mountain. And there was a ring of tables around this mountain of sprues, and the guy running it was just dishing out sprues, throwing them in front of people, and then you were taking just random sprues, putting them together, building what you could make of it. So it was a lot of fun. I didn't actually get to do that. I would have liked to have, but I went over to that at the very last session of the day when we were there. We were there for 4 hours in total. Each ticket got you a 4-hour time slot because there was going to be so many people there. They wanted to keep it reasonably tightly controlled. There was also like your typical painting, like paint your first Marine or Stormcast as well. Loads of events you could take part in, and there was a Find the Chimera. Not the tank, the beast, the fantasy beast, the Chimera. So you had to spot 6 chimeras around the exhibits and stuff like that. And once you'd taken pictures of them all, you got a stamp at the end of the day. And each event that you took part in, you got a stamp at the end of the day. It was like 5 events in total. And when you came back with the stamps, you got £5 off a shop in store, basically. Yeah, so I didn't actually do many of the events. I only did the chariot racing, to be honest. But it was a lot of fun anyway. Myself and Orky and Orky's other half, we spent a lot of time in Bugman's chatting with a few people in there. And I had a great time anyway. There was so much we didn't do, though, because we spent about an hour and a half chatting in Bugman's. And yeah, that was where I gave the Juneclaw and Mange miniature that I converted. If you're not sure what that is, I'll put a picture up here. So the 2 Underworlds miniatures that are kind of fan favourites in the Underworlds game. One is a knife-wielding monkey called Mange, and the other one is a crab called Juneclaw. Yeah, they are fan favourites, like I said, and a few weeks back, month back or so, 6 weeks back, let's say, a comment of mine was read out when Nick and Louise, I think, yeah, Nick and Louise were talking about, these are Warhammer TV presenters, by the way, if you don't know. We're talking about Mange, I think. They were mainly talking about Juneclaw, and then I typed in chat something about, I typed in chat, mangy monkey, riding on a crab, mangy monkey, like, you know, that song, Baby Monkey from the Vine, I think it was a Vine, years ago. Baby monkey, going backwards on a crab, baby monkey. Type that in chat. Nick read it out, Louise sang it, and I was like, right, I've got to make that miniature now. So that's the whole reason I made this miniature, to build it, paint it, and hand it over to Louise. And she was really enthusiastic. She received it very enthusiastically, which I was quite pleased about. And yeah, then it was shown on Warhammer TV's Hobby Roundup yesterday, and it was Nick again was on, and one of the newer members, Lizzie, she's called, and they were both very complimentary about it. The paint job I kind of got lucky with, but Lizzie was like, was very complimentary about the paint job. I just kind of, like I said, I feel like I kind of got lucky with the paint job. I was trying to practice my glazing techniques, and I did a bit of glazing, or what I thought was glazing, and then I watched the Warhammer TV masterclass video on glazing, and I was like, I wasn't actually glazing, but it kind of got me an effect that I was after, but it was just luck as much as anything else. But yeah, so handed that over. It featured on Warhammer TV this week, and so those 2 miniatures came in separate box sets though. One comes in a Ideneth Deepkin box, the crab comes in an Ideneth Deepkin box, which is £25, and the other one comes in an Ogre, a destruction themed box. Ogre, Noblars, and Mange the monkey, and a parrot. So I've got a load of other miniatures that I need to kitbash and convert, which leads me on to what I've been up to this week in my time off. I'll put a spinny video up for you now, and then I'll just put my my voiceover on for it. Maybe I'll move myself to the corner. So this is Captain Radbuck, and he is basically a kitbashed ogre, kitbashed into an orc freebooter captain. When I bought the box, I told my GW store manager what I was planning on doing with the other 2 miniatures, and then I said I'll probably use the ogre for a Flash Git kitbash in the future, but you know, it'll be one further down the line, thinking I wasn't going to do it for a few months, probably until maybe I'd had a chance to practice my green stuff skills and whatnot on other miniatures. But yeah, given that I've had this week off, I decided to go ahead and give it a bash, pardon the pun, this week. So there's a few things that you'll be able to spot what they are. There's a head on there that's a third-party head. It's from Cromlech or someone else. I think it's from Cromlech, but it might be from someone else. Puppets War? No, it's not Puppets War. I think it's from Cromlech. But anyway, let's move on from that. It's a lovely third-party head. That's the only third-party piece on it. There's a lot of green bits, which are green stuff. So I chopped his shoulder pad off because it looked too much like a, your typical ogre beaten metal shoulder pad. I've covered up his belly plate, which again is that beaten metal typical ogre armor plating look. And I've also added a few extra bits. So I added a Flash Git shoulder pad over the shoulder, and I sort of smoothed out the green stuff on the arm to make it look like he's got a full leather sleeve there, rather than where I hacked away at the shoulder pad, it just being a gaping hole, obviously. And then I've covered up a few sins with a few like makeshift medals that I made, because there was another hat that I might have been using that had medals on it. So I thought, you know what, he's a nautical captain, or nautical themed captain. I'll give him some medals, because I like the look of the medals on the other hat. That was the main thing I liked about the other head and the other hat, the medals on it. So I thought he needs some medals. So give him some medals there to hide some of that, because I basically had some green stuff left over from when I was filling the gaps and whatnot. There's also a chain of teeth around his, like dangling from horn to horn on the glyph that's on his belly now. And that just, I think that kind of works as the sort of finishing piece to hide that ogre gait and make it look more like he's got, when I say that ogre gait, I mean like the stride pattern of an ogre, look more like he's got that spread-legged, is that a phrase? It is now. Orc sort of look to him, hopefully. So I think that kind of actually is the sort of piece that that finishes him off nicely. And then onto the backpack, that is literally just a boss pole from what's his name? What was that Goth Warboss's name that came out in a Space Wolves and Orcs box years ago, about 6 years ago now? Gruk Face Ripper. So it's the Gruk Face Ripper Warboss boss pole. And it's very nice. So this is going to be a Warboss style captain, kind of like Badrook. Obviously his name's Radbuck, so it's just a rip-off of Badrook. That's the boss pole I went for. I did a bit of green stuff work around the coat as well, so it now looks like he's got a weird belt mechanism going up to behind his sort of lapel areas. And the last thing to talk about is the gun. Now, the gun is a Ripper gun, which is an Ogren weapon from 40k. And that is the same weapon that Badrook carries. Badrook carries a weapon, I think, called the Ripper, but I might be wrong. But yeah, this I can take as a super shiny shooter for a war boss, and it'll be a war boss with a big chopper and super shiny shooter, something like that. I can run him, however I want, and it'll work. It'll work nicely. So if I want to run a freebooter list or something, I've got a freebooter war boss now. So to the gun, I added a few Flash Git's gun bits. So there's just a plate that goes over the top that's got an orc glyph on it, and it's got a sight on it as well, like a telescopic sight. And then there's also another gun attachment with a belt feed dangling down from it, and it dangles just nicely above the battlefield, and works out quite well, I'd say. So really happy with that. That's my first proper kitbash. I've got one more thing to talk to you about it. I'll take a picture and put this up because you can't see it in the spinny vid, but I've green stuffed in behind his neck, basically. So orc heads tend to sit forward of the chest rather than like a human head. On the neck, you can't see my neck, but on the neck, that your head sits on your neck sits on your shoulders.
Biology with the Big Mac.
Whereas orcs, the head sits far more stooped like that, and the shoulders are spread wide behind the head. I've green stuffed in a few spinal bumps and a bit of musculature definition either side of the spine there, and I'm quite happy with how it looks. And once it's painted up, I'm really looking forward to painting them up, to be fair. So that is it. That's what I've been up to this week. It's not been a wasted week. I've not been suffering too much. Oh, there's another thing up there as well. To make myself feel better, that I was having to stay at home, I bought 3 of these fellas. So this is the Mega Knob with buzzsaws, and it's one of the McFarlane Toys action figures. that GW are doing. I've got a artist proof, so the unpainted one, the grey one, artist proof Big Mek, which I plan on converting into like a Big Mek Danskull action figure. I still need to finish my Big Mek Danskull conversion though. That's, you know, a job for another day. And yeah, there's that one, and there's just a regular Meganov with a power claw, and I think he's got a shooter. He might have a flamer though, I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to this week. These things have all been quite exciting. We had a lovely time in Nottingham. Went to Annie's Burger Shack for on Sunday morning for breakfast. I'd like to go in the evening one time next time we go down. But the next meetup for Orky's group, Orky's Discord, is going to be in Manchester, I think. So I'll keep you updated on that if you fancy joining us for that. It'll be a fun weekend. We're planning on playing some games next time. Nobody played any games this time. And other than that, I'm hoping to attend a meetup from Pickles group, Pickles Discord. Josh from the Pickle Jar is arranging something for Saturday the 2nd of April in Sheffield, I believe. So I'm hoping to attend that, and I think Orky wants to attend it as well, and Leech from Orky's group as well. So yeah, it's a fantastic weekend. I met Eldritch Architect for the first time, Twitch streamer. In a few weeks' time, I will be taking part in a charity stream. It's always good to shout out ahead of time, isn't it? So make sure you tune in on the 26th of March, I think it is. It's a Saturday. It's the closest Saturday to the 26th of March. I'm pretty sure it's the 26th of March. If it's not, I'll put with the actual date up here. I couldn't get my coordination going then, so I'll put the actual date up here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 26th of March from 12 p.m. till 12 p.m. Sunday. It's a 24-hour charity stream act. Blows my mind that people do that, you know. And it's to raise money for Operation Ukraine, for, you know, all the bad things that are happening there, and to try and raise money for the aid efforts that a lot of charities are coming together, thankfully, to work out the best humanitarian solution in that region and do what they can, really. So stay tuned for that. If you're not already following Eldritch Architect on Twitch, make sure you do so, and we can pop in, say hi. If you've got no money to donate, you don't have to donate, but it's always nice to pop in and help the streamer keep going, that kind of thing. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like my kit bash. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. You can support the channel in a number of ways if you want to. You can always pledge to my Patreon. I don't expect you to do so, but if you are feeling extremely generous, you can. But I'd say save your money for this 24-hour charity live stream. You can watch ads before the videos. Obviously, if I stick them on, I might not stick them on this one. We'll see. And you can follow me on Twitch as well. Keep up to date on my live streams. That's one thing I've not done this week. I did a live stream on Monday. I felt up to it, didn't feel up to it on Wednesday. And I'm doing this video now in case I feel bad again tomorrow morning and I don't do a live stream. I'm not planning on doing a live stream on Sunday morning. This should be the video that you see on Sunday morning. It's a nice simple video for me to put together, isn't it? And hopefully you'll see more videos like this in the future. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you on the battlefield.